I've built and sold 4 businesses, 3 of them multi-million-dollar companies, and this would never have been possible if the processes in my business weren't so airtight. Process maps are the blueprint to running a successful business. And without good processes, your businesses will fail. So if you're looking to improve your customer experience or your profitability, productivity, then this video is exactly what you need. In this video, I'm going to show you what the process maps are and how you can build them, and what are the most common challenges that people face when building their process maps, and what are the best tools and systems you can use to implement them in your business today. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to literally copy and paste the systems of an 8-figure business straight into your own company. So remember, action is the antidote for despair. So you have to have a full visual representation of every process in your business. So I want to dive in and let's get started. What is a process map? Well, let me help you paint a picture. Think about assembling IKEA furniture, right? Did you already go cross-eyed, right? There's no instructions, they're chaos. That's what it's like to run a business without a process map. A process map is like those step-by-step diagrams, minus the confusion of Swedish. It's a visual guide that shows you exactly how a process works from start to finish. What are all the steps and the decisions that need to get involved, right? Who are the stakeholders? They're all about being crystal clear. A process map amplifies and simplifies everything, turning complicated workflows into actionable visuals. And even the most directionally challenged team member, they can follow them, right? A process map, one, and why you use one, visuals speak louder than words. Let's be honest. Who wants to read a 20-page guide when a 1-page visual can do that job? Process maps give you the aha moment just at a glance. No fluff, no confusion. We want a step-by-step clarity. It's like a GPS for your team. Everyone sees where they need to go, everyone sees where to turn to, and how not to end up in a ditch. Actions, decisions, and results are all laid out like breadcrumbs to success. It's the ultimate cheat code of the process map. It gives a foundation of good stuff like detailed SOP, onboarding guides, training manual. You name it, nail it, we're gonna map it. And the rest practically writes itself. So there's types of process maps. There's prototype maps. These are high, rough drafts, messy, creative, full of sticky notes, doodle, whiteboarding. If that's how your brain works, that's what you want to use. Use it to brainstorm current processes, uncover inefficiencies, and vent about what's not working. Think of it as therapy for your workflow. 2, the final documentation maps. Now, we're talking about polished professional blueprints. These are the maps that you use to train your new hires, onboard clients, to ensure processes don't fall apart. It's taking your rough IKEA sketch and turning it into a sleek color-coded manual. Why is that important for you, right? It's important so that your team is focused on exactly what you want them to focus on, right? So let's talk about how do you start that map. Choose critical processes. Don't map everything all at once. It's like trying to eat a 5-course meal in one bite. Start with something high impact like onboarding sales. Start simple, grab a pen and a paper or whiteboard, sketch it out. This happens when the lead comes in. This happens, then it goes to the salesperson. This happens, it goes to customer service, right? You just need to think about what are all those steps. Then you define your boundaries, right? You want to set clear stop points, stop points. If your map starts looking like a spaghetti diagram, you've gone way too far. We want to keep it clean, simple, and focused, right? Functionality first. Don't stress over perfection. Your first map should be like a toddler learning to walk, wobbly but functional. You can redefine it later. Don't strive for perfection. Get it out of your head. Key elements of a process map. So here's what every solid process map includes. It's what's the kickoff process for your customer order, a new hire, what actions need to be put in place, right? Do you need to create an invoice, send an email, what decision and who needs to know? What are the forks in the road, right? You want to show those as diamonds, yes, no's, if this, then that. And then what is the final result, right? Who does that go to? Who's involved, right? Think of it as a cast in a play. Who needs to be involved in it, right? There's some great little tools that we can use. Sticky notes, right? Whiteboards. Your good old notebook, if you can draw a rectangle and a diamond, you're halfway there. You can go digital. There's some great apps that you can use, right? Like Lucid Chart or Micro. These tools offer real-time collaboration, right? Infinite workspace to make you look like you know what you're doing. That's what I do, right? You can share them with your team without taking a picture of your scribbled whiteboard, right? I want you to look at it as like your company brain. You want to think about that process map as part of a larger company brain, a centralized hub where your processes and data are stored. What's in that company brain? There's going to be an org chart, a visual of who's who reports to them, what do they do, right? You want to have process tabs, right, for including onboarding, sales fulfillment, right, data infrastructure, relationships between clients and vendors, your offers. This is your business operating systems. No more guessing, no more where's that file, just a seamless, instant access to how do we run things. So let's look at some common mistakes to avoid, right? One is overthinking the tools. Don't get caught up in the fancy software. Your first process map doesn't need to look like it belongs in an art gallery. It just needs to work, right? Forgetting the team's input. That's a huge mistake. Your team knows these processes inside out. We just have to get them out of their head. This is a crucial step to make sure it's working. Treating your process maps like they're static. They're not. They're evolving, right? We want to keep updating, keep making them relevant and useful, right? So how do you optimize your process maps, right? So if you look at improving customer service, you might add insights like customers' touch points or emotions we want them to feel, right? Map out how a customer feels during each step. They're excited, right, about their purchase. Are they annoyed at the delivery delay, right? We want to look at how do we boost that productivity, right? Use color coding for actions, decisions, stakeholders, right? Assign responsibility directly on the map to increase profitability. Add your time and your cost data. Pinpoint where the bottlenecks might be. Highlight where the processes should save time and cut expenses. Again, doesn't have to be hard, just has to be strategic. Your final thought, a great process map is your secret weapon for clarity, efficiency, and collaboration. It turns chaos into order. It gives your team a roadmap to success. Start small, keep it simple, and watch your workflows and your results transform. Because let's face it, the less time you spend untangling messy processes, the more time you spend sipping that celebrated latte or champagne. So I want to say cheers to that. So here's my 8-figure business process mapping strategies that allowed me to generate tens of millions of dollars across all my businesses. Click on this video if you want to learn more on how to improve your processes and how I improved Mona Lisa Johnson's business, helping her scale her business. We went from $1.9 to $4.6 million a year. Now, if you learned something from this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and more importantly, if you know a friend needs it, send it to them so they can grow a more systemic business. I'm your profit coach, Dr. Susie Carter.